I'll tell you a little bit about myself in the meantime, just to fill the gap. My name is Sam Chopra. I am the president and CEO of EXP India. EXP is the fastest growing real estate network in the world. It is the largest brokerage firm in the world. A single brokerage with about 90,000 agents in almost 30 countries. And we are in 11 states in India. We have RERA of 11 states. That's what we do. I will only sit in one of these chairs, I'm sure, not in all of them. Actually, I will stand there only. But I'm a chartered accountant. I have been in the business, in the real estate business for over 3 decades. I was very well honored by HT Media and Brick Circle and Mint yesterday as an outstanding global real estate advisor. A lot of my friends in the real estate industry, because I've been in there for a long time, I actually brought in a real estate brokerage firm into India many years ago, almost 20 years ago, called Remax. Built it from scratch, took it to 350 offices, 3,500 agents, and we were in 62 cities. I exited that long back, and unfortunately, they collapsed after that. But I found this new love at EXP, and I'm building that. And we're only 250 people in India right now. I've been there for about 13 months, and I expect it to be at about 2,500 by the close of next year. So that's what my background is. In these last 30 years, I've seen the real estate industry grow in a very different manner. The traditional real estate is passé. The way you deal with developers, customers, the way the developers deal with brokers and channel partners and with customers is completely changed. And I'm going to share a little bit about that as we go along. I think I'll just hold my phone because I have my notes on that, and I will discuss those one by one with you to give you an idea as to what my thoughts are. So pardon me for holding this. I'm not extempo because I wrote this only about 15 minutes before this. And let me put my phone on silent, actually. So first and foremost, India is no longer a housing story. We say housing, housing, housing. It's a wealth creation story. The dynamics have changed, and if a developer doesn't understand that, and if an agent doesn't understand that, they're going to miss the boat. So that's one thing that's changed in India. Actually, it's changed across the world. The other is that the customer, and this is really important, the customer knows more than you. You, Mr. Developer, you, Mr. Broker, the customer knows more than you. And how does he know more than you? Because he uses ChatGPT, Claude, and God knows which new ones. You've got NVIDIA claiming, which I saw today, saying that it's going to be 10 times or 100 times faster than all these others because they've got some special chips and whatnot. So if that is happening, and you're not part of that system, then you're going to miss the boat. You could be a developer and you could be a broker. It doesn't matter. If you're not with the times, you're going to miss the times. Then the buyers are a lot younger. Remember who bought homes earlier? Homes were bought by our parents and grandparents in their 60s and 70s. People bought homes at that point of time with absolutely no knowledge. What did they have? They had a pension fund. They had a retirement fund. They retired from government service. And because they retired from government service, mostly people were in government service, as you know, in India, they had their life savings and they were putting it into real estate. And why? Because the government gave free housing. So when you got free housing from the government, what could you do? You didn't know how to buy a house. And therefore, there were these scrupulous as well as non-scrupulous, unscrupulous people who would tell you how to buy, and you could actually be very safe and lucky, or you could lose everything that you have because you have invested and trusted through somebody, unfortunately. So now, trust is the most important thing. When AI gives everything to a person, why should he come to you as a channel partner? He doesn't come to you because you know more. He comes to you because he wants to trust you, because AI can advise, but it is still not humane enough to advise right. It'll give you all the complexities and the plus and minus of real estate. So the broker, the channel partner is extremely important. Now think about it, a developer's in-house channel, that means their own direct sales, will they ever say, don't buy my product, buy the product of somebody else? You had two Chopras and so many other people here prior to me. Think about it, what did they do? They would all only talk about their project. Any developer would. Any of their staff would. So how do you get to know which is the best product? Only through a channel partner, because a channel partner is agnostic to a developer. The channel partner goes to a developer that you want. Of course, there are channel partners who say, I get more commission here, so I'll go to him. But the reality is, a good, true, honest channel partner is going to go to the person that you need, because now the channel partner does not need only a transaction to survive. He needs a client who will become a perpetual client, and he'll become a referring partner, and he will give not only his future business, because in every family, you change your home at least 2 to 2.3 times in your life cycle now. Kids grow up, you become wealthier than you were, you become older, kids leave, you become an empty nester, just a husband, wife, you need a smaller home. God forbid one of you passes away, you need to further tone down, and you might go into senior living, or you might just be staying alone in that house. But you will always make changes. So 2.3 times, roughly, is what a person now changes homes. And earlier, it was only once in a lifetime, probably 0.8 times, because people went back to their villages normally. If you look at even the former presidents of our country, what did they do? When they retired, they went back to their villages, most of them. Think about it. Where did Abdul Kalam retire? Where did Pranab Mukherjee retire? And so many others. They didn't go and buy another home. They went back to their villages. So there are these things which are life-defining. Transparency and speed. Life is now changing in nanoseconds. ChatGPT gives you an answer in 3 seconds. Claude gives you in maybe 22 seconds at an average. A decision that you had to take, which would take you 3 days to do, you'll get it in 5 minutes. It's not only for you, it's for the developer, it's for the customer, the channel partner, for everybody. So you can't say, I'll get back to you. You have to answer there and then. And right now, technology is still very new in AI. Over a period of time in the real estate industry, it's going to change completely. So developers, there's a lovely statement, developers must move from selling inventory. All the developers here should move from selling inventory to selling relationships, because people will buy again. Because your channel partner is the one who's going to help you buy. And that is a huge problem that we have in the market right now, that people do not treat their channel partners as business partners. Very honestly, I'm a real estate broker, and I always consider myself as a business partner to the developer. According to me, he can't survive. He can sell, but he can't survive without his own partner, and we are the business partners. So take pride being a channel partner. Take pride in being a realtor, a real estate agent. Gone are the days 20 years ago, they'd say, ये property का दलाल है. Dalal may be a wrong connotation or a unfortunate connotation because of the fact that it is also associated with the flesh trade and other things. But reality is that we are agents. And think of yourself as an agent, but an agent of change, because you're changing the life of people. So technology, again, I spoke about AI, but technology is non-negotiable for both the developer as well as the channel partner. And what is the reason? The reason is that you will get caught by the AI whether you like it or not. And if you do not follow it diligently, you will start serving it. So you have two choices. Either make AI subservient to you, or you become the servant of AI. What does AI give you? AI is not for emails. AI is not even for social media. AI is way beyond that. AI can determine how you should live, how you should think. I have, for example, on AI, built my second brain. Not just an AI twin, but a second brain. And I'm not a technology guy, by the way. Like I said, I'm a chartered accountant. But I have interest in AI. So I built a second brain, which means everything that I'm thinking, I can go onto a particular app and say, I want to do a session, please give me something. 99.9% accuracy is what I've got in this document. You know where I made it? I moved from the property exhibition to this place, and I opened ChatGPT and I said, भाई मेरे को क्या करना है, मेरे को बोलना है, अनिल ने बोला है कि आ जाओ, तो मैं क्या बोलूं? और मेरा टॉपिक क्या है? Because I had given two topics, I don't know which one they had selected. So think about that. AI is doing more because you can build your second brain. And the most important thing it does for you is time management, is relationship management, is data management. And you'll say, how? By a very simple tool called CRM. What is a CRM? Customer relationship management. Every listing that you have, every listing a developer gives you, every inquiry, every mandate, every AOP that you sign with a developer, AOP is annual operating plan, everything that you do with a developer, all that can be fed into the CRM, into the customer relationship management tool. I have put my entire phone, and I have now about 48,000 people on this. All 48,000 are on my CRM. Every time I meet somebody, it takes me 1 second to say I met this guy, or maybe 10 seconds. And then retrieving that information 15 years later or 15 days later, or getting a reminder that I must call him and wish him on his birthday a year later, anniversary at this point of time. He bought this from me this time, and this is what he'll buy later. This is what the CRM does. It's an investment of time initially, but it pays you so much in the long run. You'll never forget a customer for life. And you will see 90% of what what you sell to a customer, despite selling him and despite a good deal, you do not get a relationship formed with him, because the next time he buys from somebody else. Why? Because you've not been in touch with him, you never wished him, you didn't say, congratulations, sir, I believe this is your 3rd anniversary of your home. It's your 5th anniversary of your home. It's your wedding anniversary. It's your birthday. It's even your wife's birthday. So, generating new leads, building your personal brand, building your property brand, generating leads of the channel, the developer that you're working with, all that can be done through AI. So technology is obviously non-negotiable. The next is data. We take data very lightly. Data क्या है? Data मेरे जेब में एक शीट है, उस पे डेटा है. डेटा कार्ड्स हैं, वो डेटा है. डेटा वो नहीं है. Businesses all across the globe and professionals all across the globe, real estate companies all across the globe, and even accomplished real estate brokers in India use data, whether through the CRM or otherwise, and they preserve data. I have 35,000 people on my LinkedIn, 48,000 people on my contacts. I have about 70,000 people on Facebook, and so on. What does this mean? Every time I have some property, what do? I just make a nice little thing and send it to them. It's up to them whether they want to read it, act on it or not. But that is what property, I can sell or buy property very simply with that. From data, you can do analytics. In analytics, you can figure out who are the customers for this project. What is the demographics of the project? What is the age group who will buy this project? You don't have to send messages to everybody. That means you don't need a shotgun approach. Shotgun क्या होता है? एक बंदूक है, उसमें छर्रे हैं. You have one pigeon or one rabbit and you want to do rabbit hunting. तो आप शॉटगन लेके मारोगे तो 20 रैबिट्स को घायल कर दोगे. उसका क्या फायदा होएगा? खाना आपने एक है और 20 को मार दिया. If you have a sniper approach, because you have good analytics, this is what the sniper does. He shoots one. A true hunter takes only one. जितना मेरा पेट की जगह है मैं उतना ही लूंगा. क्यों? मैं जीव जाति को मारूंगा अगर उसने रैबिट खाना है या जो भी चीज खानी है. So keep in mind that analytics that come here are something which it helps you. It helps you save cost. Which project will sell more? Developer, which channel partner is better? All this is data analytics. So data is again king. The next is speed. I said this right in the beginning. Speed wins. It is all about speed. People want immediate reaction. Gone are the days when we had a telephone line. Some of you people who are sitting here who are 40 years old and above, you would remember that if you had an overseas relative, or even if you had another city relative, and you had to make a phone call 25 years, 30 years ago, it used to be an event. The whole family would sit down from breakfast to lunch and have breakfast and lunch in the room or in wherever it was, and take the phone and keep dialing. Ye shayad number mil jaye. That date is gone. And it was line down hai, 3 din ke liye line down hai. Ab kya hota hai? You have a mobile phone. If your phone gets switched off right now, you'll all panic. I put it on airplane mode right now. I know my wife will panic if she calls me. Because you are in the world of instant gratification, instant connection, and instant bonding, communication, and relationship. And that is where, if you have a customer, a CRM generates a response time, and you take 15 minutes to respond, bhai wo nahi karega aapke saath kaam. You know the Ask Me service? What happens? You send a query, you get 20 inquiries. Who gets the customer? The person who calls first. Angrezi ka ek kahavat hai, the early bird catches the worm. You have to be the early worm. So whether you are a developer and you get an inquiry, whether you're a customer who's made an inquiry, or whether you're a broker, each one of you has to interact with the person in nanoseconds. The attention span of people is completely off. Nobody has time. Jaldi batao, nahi to main ja raha hu. That is what it is. I have 3 more points to tell you. The 8th point is collaboration. Collaboration to succeed. Understand this very clearly, that what does collaboration mean here? There has to be a collaboration between channel partners, between lawyers, between valuers, between housing loan companies, the developer, and so many other interior decorators, architects. If you do not collaborate with them, and who has to collaborate? Some of them only the developer does. Some of them only you'll do. Vastu consultant as an example. If you collaborate with all of these people, they will give you leads, you will give them leads. Because the guy will say, इनको मैंने बोला है, घर इनको बदलना है, क्योंकि ये घर गलती से इनको पता नहीं है, ये तो गौ मुंह घर या शेर मुंह घर में रह रहे हैं. So what have you got? You got a lead for somebody who wants to relocate. And then you have on the other side, the developer says, मैं कुछ बना रहा हूँ. How do I build it? Will I get, should I make it north facing, east facing, south facing? Where should I put the toilets? Should the puja room be here or the toilet be here? Should there be a central courtyard in a villa? And then you yourself, when you're selling to somebody, you go back to the Vastu consultant and say, bhai, he's telling me that I want something which is northeast facing only. And the numerologist that he wants is there because he says the total should add up to 5. All of you buy cars, what do? You say the total should be 5 because it's my number, or 8 because it's my number. So the same thing happens with homes. So have associations, relationships. Somebody wants a home, he wants to set up a interior decorator. Help him with that. He's relocated from someplace. So help him with what? Help him with where does he get his maids? Where does he get his sabzi? Where does he get the milk? You should know all of this. If you don't know all of this, then you're not really servicing the person well enough. And then, the ninth one is think globally. Real estate is a local subject, but we're a global country, or every human is global today. So think about it. You have to be an expert locally. You have to be an expert with one developer. Make that developer your only choice. Maybe get 2 developers and work with them. Not with every developer. Because if you work with everybody, you're actually working with nobody. Because no developer is keen to work with somebody who only gives him 1 client or 2 clients. If you get 20 clients in a year and you give it to 20 developers, which one is going to regard you? Nobody. But if you have 20 clients and you've given them to 2 developers, you've given 10 deals per developer, he's going to be your best buddy, the customer relationship manager there, your relationship manager, your channel partner manager is going to be your best buddy. So the business is local, that means your knowledge is local, but your clients are not local. Your clients are global. Look at what Samir Chopra said. For the last 40 years, he's selling second homes. Do you think he's selling second homes to Goans in Goa? No. He's selling it to people across the globe, starting with across India and across the globe. We ourselves are selling properties. I'm in 28 countries. So I sell properties, Indian properties, to 27 other countries besides India. Senior living projects. I sell senior living projects to people whose parents are here across the globe, across these 28 countries. People want to go to wellness clinics and wellness centers from across the globe. We help them to come here. People want to buy properties in their own villages and the hometowns because now they made money or they want to settle their brothers and sisters and others. We help them with that. People want to buy second homes because of the fact, second homes differently, not the second homes we're talking about, not beaches, hills, and pilgrimage, but second homes as a risk arbitrage for people who are overseas. Because you've had a US-Iran war, because you've had a war between Russia and Ukraine, because you've had a war between India and Pakistan, because you've had so many Jerusalem and, let's say, Israel and Lebanon. All these mean that people are scared to stay immigrants in a different country. And they want to take a comfort home in their own country. So these are all people who are opportunities for you, because whether they are non-resident Indians or foreign investors or global professionals or cross-border investors, these are all opportunities for you. And you can help as a channel partner developers, and developers can help you as channel partners by either developers going and traveling with you, because I take developers all across the country, or developers can get inquiries, or you can get inquiries for people to buy in India, and you can actually take them to the developer. So today's date, DLF, Akash was here yesterday. I'm sure he would have told you, even if he didn't, 1/4 of DLF is sold to people outside the country. 17% of all the top corporate developers are selling across the country. And now, as I finish, I'm going to give you my 10th point. I'm going to read it out to you so that I finish it quickly. I have 5 recommendations for all developers. For one, for God's sake, be transparent. Second is, trust and empower your channel partners. The third is invest heavily in technology. Make your CRM AI friendly. Fourth is focus on customer experience. बेच दिया काम खत्म हो गया नहीं. Customer delight is important. And the fifth is build long-term trust, because those customers will come back for themselves or for their family members. And the very five for our channel partners is become advisors. For God's sake, not just salespeople. Everybody's a salesperson. Become an advisor. I call myself, and people call me, and my friends call me, India's most trusted global real estate advisor. Be the advisor. Don't be a generic salesperson. Build your own personal brand. Everybody must know who you are as a channel partner. Forget the company you're working for. Even in my company, everybody is an individual. We promote his name, not EXP's name. You must do the same for yourself. Tell your company to do it. Otherwise, you'll be in a company for 30 years and nobody will know you. They'll only know your company. Keep upskilling yourself. Learn continuously. Because if you don't learn continuously, you will lose out. Use technology, like I've said all the time. And think beyond that one transaction. It's not that one transaction that you have to do, wash your hands off the customer and never talk to him again. You have to do multiple transactions. So don't think about that one transaction. Think about the trust and relationship that you're building with the guy. So with that, my friends, my closing lines, I've actually written them down. I'm going to read it out to you. Real estate has always been about location, right? Even Conrad Hilton said hotels work on three things: location, location, location. But today, it is equally about reputation. Reputation, reputation, reputation. Whether you're a developer or you're a channel partner, it's all about your reputation. The winner in the new India will not necessarily be those with the biggest projects or the largest sales teams. Not the biggest projects, not the largest sales teams. They will be those who build the greatest trust, embrace technology, empower partnership, and consistently put customers in front. So with that, thank you very much for being my patient hearers. I hope you liked it. Thank you.